I love a good morning routine. I feel like so much more productive. I'm ready to like tackle my to-do list. If I don't have a good morning, it is so much harder for me to get back on track later in the day. And some months ago, I joined rednote, and obviously now it's gotten a lot more popular. As you can tell, these girlies are locked the in. Like, they have managed to take every single possible thing you can do in a morning routine, do it all, and also like multitask and efficientify all of it. And I don't know, something about it just feels like maybe my everything would be fine if I was doing a morning routine like that. But I don't know, maybe that's just the social media. So today we're gonna see if there is any science behind it, if it actually works, how long it actually takes. I need to know if this is realistic to do every single day. We're starting off with the stomach massage, aka abdominal massage. This one was totally new to me because in the West, I feel like we don't really talk about digestion, pooping very much as a part of health, which literally makes no sense. So this massage, you're sort of like cleaning out your insides, inducing a shit to start your day off fresh. And apparently peak pooping health is also not requiring caffeine to shit. And since most people have caffeine first thing in the morning, this can be kind of hard to tell. Later in this video, I'll get into other drinks you can have in the morning. But back to this massage. To do it, you'll make clockwise circles on your stomach, starting just beneath the rib cage, going down to the top of your left hip bone, and circle about 10 times. Science says this triggers intrinsic little contractions called peristalsis, which gets the poop moving in the right direction and just helps with digestive issues, constipation, bloating, as well as pain from cramps and periods, and reduces stress and anxiety in general. Next is stretches, and I really expected this to be cozy, but the sharp difference between warm bed and freezing outside was pretty intense. So at first I gravitated towards familiar stretches, cat-cow, etc., but as I connected to where I held tension, I could adjust accordingly, and I love things that build this brain-body connection. There's tons of extensive research on the benefits of stretching, so I won't go too deeply into that, but I did find out the involuntary stretches and yawns after sleep are called pendiculation. Obviously, the stretches I'm doing here are very much voluntary, but the benefits are quite similar. Contraction, release, lengthening your muscles back into a natural resting state. It all helps let go of so much tension, and doing it in the morning kind of resets how tight your muscles are and primes everything for movement so you can actually get up and go do stuff. I was influenced to buy these like pink toe separator foot incline sandal things. I did like classical Indian dance for 10 years growing up, so my feet are super flat and I have all these like toe and foot problems as a result of it, which has been kind of frustrating, and I've been dealing with it for my whole freaking life. So if you've got bunions or any other foot drama, these kinds of toe separators are a pretty decent non-surgical option that's worth a shot. But different research studies look at different types of materials and ways to wear them, so we don't really have like a super precise conclusion. I did find a study where they gave women with bunions either toe separating insoles or an overnight splint, and the toe separated group had less pain, but neither group had any real change in the angle of their big toe. It's possible that bunion correctors might slow stuff down, but we really just need more research. I'd previously tried these blue toe separator things, but they're really hard to walk in, so the only time I could use it was sleeping at night, but wearing it under bed sheets was so sweaty gross, no way. And so far these pink things have been pretty great, with the one downside being that you can't wear socks. I was also really inspired by the fact that the Zhao Hongshu girlies are always doing exercises while brushing their teeth, which I think is just so like smart and efficient. I love a good multitask, and it's really easy to build habits when you stack them on top of something you already do. I guess the one downside of this is that I'm usually like really cold in the morning, so trying to make myself exercise when I haven't yet warmed up is a little hard, but on the bright side, it definitely gets the blood moving. So far, the research has supported everything, but then I came across these Mugwort belly patches, or even like these weight loss patches that are really popular, and neither of these have any strong proof behind it. It is known that the mugwort plant helps with a lot of GI issues, but you're much more likely to actually get those benefits from eating or drinking it like a tea. So many people claim that drinking water first thing in the morning helps boost your brain function and keeps your skin glowing, but it's actually not about like when you drink and more about staying hydrated throughout the whole day. So your first drink could be something anti-bloating like a ginger shot or lemon water, but I've been making and drinking literally 2 to 3 liters of this herbal tea for health and beauty. I had a lot of fun going to this traditional Chinese medicine store where they just sold everything in bulk. Something about the aesthetic of herbs, spices, roots, mushrooms, like you get to pick out however much you want, is so nice. And they were so kind and patient patient with me, and I'm so grateful to them for helping me find all these ingredients. These are red dates, aka jujubes, and I've had dates before, but not red dates, and I gotta say, these are so yummy. You can even eat them after you make the tea. All the other ingredients like lose their flavor as they get infused into the tea, but this one, even after like 4 or 5 times of being brewed, is still so yummy. Research on red dates has picked up a lot in the last 2 decades and shows that it has a ton of potential health benefits, but this isn't really new because Chinese medicine has been using it for generations. These are Longan berries, and at first I thought they were lychee because after being boiled, they kind of grow into a lychee shape, but they're actually just related. There's a bunch of research about the fruit, but I only found one paper about it as a tea, and you can get benefits from having something as a tea, but it's not as if everything from a plant goes into a tea, so take this with a grain of salt. Next is poria mushroom, which I'd never heard of before rednote, so I'm really glad to be broadening my horizons about health and teas. This is a mushroom that grows underground around pine tree roots or dried trunks, and normally it takes 7 months to cultivate, but researchers have developed fermentation techniques to grow even faster and in a more compact space. And again, so much research supporting this one. I will say that the 2 main active components are these water-soluble polysaccharides, which work as prebiotics, and these triterpenoids, which are known for their anti-tumor, antioxidant, and skin health benefits. And then we have Goji Berries, and there's so much research about these, which totally makes sense. They're super popular, used for centuries. They're part of traditional Chinese medicine and just a superfood in general, and research backs up this berry. I'm not going to get into all these benefits, but I do want to highlight that these berries are really famous for their high concentration of a super powerful antioxidant called zeaxanthin, and adding these berries to your diet can boost zeaxanthin levels by up to 26%. As for the ratios, I've just kind of been winging it based on what I've seen, but I will say every time I probably put in like different amounts of each ingredients and it still comes out delicious, and I can even brew it in the exact same water, the exact same tea, because I don't always finish, like 8 cups in one go, and every time it still comes out delicious, which is, so different from a black or green tea, which gets more and more bitter. And one more option is a collagen drink. Some say taking collagen in the morning on an empty stomach can improve the absorption, support skin health, but there's no clear research that says this is the best, so you can kind of take it whenever you want as long as you take it consistently. I really like these collagen gel sticks that I found at H Mart because I love pomegranates, and this pomegranate flavor blew my mind. It's so yummy, super tart. I have one of these every single morning after I finish like 2 or 3 cups of tea. Going back to what I said about this just being like the most efficient morning routine, they also frequently will do a face mask while doing movement, and I don't have enough faith in the water adhesion of a sheet mask to stay on my face, so I figured I would do just like this kind of face mask, because if a sheet mask just fell on the floor, I'm not putting that back on my face again. I love the convenience of an at-home workout. You can do it for however long you want. You can wear a face mask if you want. You can wear your sweats, your PJs. But for some reason, I just really prefer group exercises because you get like the fun social vibes, and you can turn off your brain once you arrive there and just follow along. So trying to do this face mask and workout at home felt like it kind of distilled something that used to be fun into like too much of a efficiency-fied, like productivity kind of vibe for me. I'm not going to get into the science of skincare since that's literally putting healthy things on to address your skin concerns. I will mention that they frequently do a gua sha or face massage, and even though you can do that with your fingers, I got this one from Ava because of the ridges, means that instead of taking like multiple fingers or passing through something multiple times, you can just reduce that and just do it in one. I'm still figuring out how to do it and like memorizing the steps, but maybe I'll make a video on the process of how it changes my face or doesn't change my face over the next few months or something. We'll see. If that's something you'd be interested in though, please let me know. Breakfast is always something light and balanced, like fruits, overnight oats, or an aesthetic avocado toast. I was honestly really hungry at this point in the morning, so I made a little bit more breakfast than I usually would have. I had this apple cinnamon, little bit of vanilla concoction. I do know it is better for your glucose levels to have a savory breakfast, so in general, I prefer doing like sweet potato toast type things, and I was so hungry I did both. The nice thing about sweet potatoes, there's so many options, and I love being able to have multiple toasts and variety, something about like the flavor and texture and visually, and maybe even health-wise, it just seems more fun. I've listed out some options for you to check out if you're interested. For this one, I just grabbed random condiments from my fridge and just mished them together to experiment and see what would go well together. It doesn't always work, but playing with your food can be fun. The last thing to do to get ready is some hair, makeup, outfit, and I'm ready to go. That's the end of my morning routine. It's now been about 6 hours since my rednote morning, and I want to update you guys with the results. This definitely was a lot of steps to do in one single morning. This took me a little over 3 hours, but I was also filming it, and I kind of feel like if I knew everything in my brain rather than having to like check my notes every single time. I could probably get that down to 2 hours, and 2 hours isn't too bad for a morning routine. My body feels very healthy, my mind feels pretty clear. While I love being a morning person, I will totally admit that it is incredibly hard to become a morning person. And recently I was in India, so my time zone jet lag was really in my favor here because I've just generally been waking up at 5:30 every single day. Man, it is really storming out there. I will say the amount of liquids, teas, waters that I have consumed today have me going to the bathroom a lot, and I am very grateful to be working from home. Also because it's just pouring outside. I would love to be able to give you the results on my skin health and body health, but I really don't think that skincare is something you do one time and then magically you can say these are the results that happen from that one time. I know that this pimple is not from anything that happened today for sure. If you've made it this far, hey, my name is Niba, and these were all my notes on a very red note morning. I hope this was helpful and you were able to get some ideas or inspirations for things to add into your daily routine. I am really glad I did it today because, as you can tell, it is raining pretty hard outside and it was really nice to have a very slow, cozy morning. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and tell me if there's anything else you want to see. And if you didn't like this video, you should still give it a thumbs up anyways, and I'll see you on the next page. Normally I'd try and close out the camera, but osmosis is sitting on me, so it'll just fade to black. Also, I swear I didn't pose these cats. I just sat down and they came and sat on top of me. I can't tell if it's because it's cold and rainy out or they just love me a lot, but I'm gonna choose to believe it's because they love me a lot. So I love this packaging. The exterior is super smooth. Would you like some?